Let me show you how to make your MSI Claw 8 a real beast and how to activate best performance for it, how to install drivers, how to deactivate, for example, for best performance virtual machine and memory integrity or print spooler, or to deactivate automatic brightness and so much more. So first of all, once your Windows is ready, let's start with activate best performance mode for your device. Here go to battery mode, right click, power and sleep settings, and here you will have power mode. So click here and make sure that you have best performance mode if you want the best frame rate for your device. So choose here best performance and also here best performance, plugged in and on battery mode. This is really important to have the best frame rate for your device. If the battery life it's not a problem for you, I want the best frame rate for my device, so everything I do here it's for best performance. Also because you are here in battery and power, let me show you also how to work with energy saver. You have here screen sleep hibernate timeouts. Click on it and you have turn my screen off after 5 minutes. Here it's up to you. When you have the cable, when you have the device plugged in, it's up to you what to choose here and what you prefer. For example, when I have my cable, I prefer to have, for example, 1 hour my display, and go to sleep after 5 hours. This is what I prefer. For example, on battery, I want the display to go after 15 minutes to go off and to go to sleep after 20 minutes. So this is again up to your preference and you decide here what to choose. The energy saver. Um, Always use energy saver. I don't like it and I always put it at 10% because otherwise you will have your display dimmed at 30% and I don't like it. You can choose to lower screen brightness or not. It's up to you if you let this one or not. I will let it on. Now another important aspect, lead, power and sleep button controls. So at this point you can choose to have like a Steam Deck feature or not. For example, when you have your device plugged in and on battery, at this point you decide what to do when you click on this button, on the on off button on your device, either to sleep or to hibernate or to shut down. I decided to use hibernate, so I choose here hibernate to have basically like a Steam Deck feature, and you can restart if, for example, if you play a game and if you press the on off button one click, instead of going to sleep, you can put it in hibernate mode and it will preserve your battery and it will really help. You can play after 1 hour and so on. But on Windows this is complicated. Maybe sometimes it will work perfectly. Maybe at some point it won't. It depends. But it's better to have it active here. At this point, let's customize the taskbar, this part of the screen. It will really help and it can have also a small impact on your activity. So right click on it and choose taskbar settings. So at this point here you can choose either to have the search box or only the icon. I will choose only icon. I don't want to see task view here to occupy basically with one icon here, the space. I don't want also to have the widgets. I don't use them and probably they will consume resources in the background. And you can choose also what to hide or to show if you want something from here. Also, what date and time you can choose basically to go with automatic settings for your time. And also you have the behavior here, either to automatically hide the taskbar or not, to show badges on taskbar apps. It's up to your choice here how to customize it and what you want to show on it. But for me the most important part is to hide some icons here in order to make some space for other important apps here that I want to pin. For example, you can pin an app, right click on it, and you can choose either to pin to taskbar or to unpin it, to put it here or not to see it. For example, I have these shortcuts permanently here. Another important setting to activate or deactivate automatic start apps. So for that, go here to your taskbar, right click on it and choose this time Task Manager. Click on it and you will have basically this info processes in real time. What you have here, performance, app history, and you have startup uh, apps. Click on it and here press on status here, and you will see which one it's enabled and which one it's not. For example, I deactivate whatever I don't consider that I use. For example, phone link, I don't use it. Right click on it and you can choose disable. For example, Steam, if you don't want to start whenever Windows is starting, also you can deactivate this one, but I will let it, I use it. Once you install apps here, you will see more apps in this list. So check it from time to time if you use to install different apps, and decide what to have enabled here and what not enabled. It's up to you, and it really helps with your performance when your Windows is starting. Another important aspect for your performance, if you use your device especially for gameplays, if you don't have sensitive data on it, if you don't care if you have some sensitive data on your device, for example when it's lost or whatever it is, you have an important feature that can help with your performance, especially around 5% of your performance. This is what it's declared somewhere at this point. So right click here, go to settings, privacy and security, here it is, and you have device encryption. At this point, as I said, device encryption, it helps if you have sensitive data. This device will encrypt all your data here, but whenever you play huge games, your device has to work to remove that encryption, to decrypt basically your files, and that can take from your performance. So I don't use device encryption, I deactivate it. If you don't use this, just turn it off, wait for it to be ready. It will take a time, it will take a while, for example, to deactivate this. But again, if you use this device only for gaming, this can have a boost for your device around 5%, because this won't help with a virus or an attack. No, it will only encrypt your data in case that someone has physical access to your device. In that way it can just copy sensitive data and so on. So it's up to you if you want to activate it or not, if you want to use it or not. I don't use it, I prefer to have it off. Another very important advice. This one regards also the internal storage of your device, the SSD that it's in your device, the internal storage that you have on this device, and also if you use external storage like this, an SSD or so. You need to leave 20 up to 30% free here, the storage. Basically, if you have 1 TB, then you will need to let at least 200 GB here on this device if you want performance. Why is this? Because the SSD needs a lot of space. If you have, for example, I have here a 4 TB SSD. In this case, basically, I have to leave a lot of space. 20% it's basically 800 GB. In general, I let on this one around 3 or 400 GB free to have a minimum space to work. Why is that? Because the SSD will move files. It has a cache for the file transfer, and for over provisioning. There are a lot of technical details, but this is the rule. You need to at least 20% free for your SSD in order to have the best performance. What happens, for example, if you have this one full? You have, let's say, 50 gigabytes 50 gigabytes free. Whenever you get an update, everything will be slow. Whenever you load a very huge game with a huge map, it will be slower. That's why it needs at least 20% free here. This is a very important rule to have a very good frame rate with your games. That's why in some huge games it's possible to see that you won't have the frame rate that you see on YouTube on other players, because you don't have enough space here for your SSD. This is very important. Another useful tip: how to display instead of this screen whenever you press on your Explorer here, how to display this PC instead of these folders. Well, open File Explorer like this, and here you have these three dots. Click on them, Options, and here you have some options. Open File Explorer to Home or to this PC. Also, you have the possibility to show recently used file or folders. I don't want that. You have, for example, the possibility to show hidden files and folders, or to show extensions. My advice: activate this one. Deactivate hide extensions for known file types. You will want to see the extensions for files. At least for me, it's very useful. So at this point, whenever we open now File Explorer, look, we have our devices. You can see the storage directly, and you don't have to press here. It's useful for me. Also, another advice for a huge impact on your performance is to deactivate the virtual machine platform. So if you don't use Android emulators or development software, you won't need this feature. And if you use this device only for gaming, then deactivate the virtual machine platform. For that, click here, type turn Windows. This is it. Turn Windows features on or off. Click on it, and you will have some features here, and you can choose. Here it is, virtual machine platform. This is it. It's selected, and at this point I will deactivate this one because it will help with performance in games. And again, if you don't use Android emulators WSL, software development, apps. You don't need this one, and you can activate this one whenever you want. So press OK, wait for this to be deactivated, and you will have some extra performance for your device. Let's just wait here. Also, you have the possibility to deactivate the memory integrity for your device. It's another feature that it's a part of core isolation. I'm not sure here if Intel will let us to deactivate that one, but it's not useful for gaming. It's against malware. I don't advise you to deactivate that one, even if you get an extra boost for your gameplays. So my advice: keep memory integrity active and don't deactivate it. As far as I know, it's in core isolation in the Windows security, and you would have that feature available or not, depending on Intel. If not, you can search it in BIOS or Hyper-V or something like that. Anyway, my advice: go only with Windows virtual machine platform off. Another advice that can help deactivate the print Spooler driver if you don't use any printing device connected to this one. For that, just go if you have an external keyboard, press Windows and R button. Otherwise, right click on logo here, press run, and type services.msc services.msc. Here it is. Press OK, and you will have this in the background. Go to print to search it basically here. As you see, a lot of programs running in the background, and this means resources, and search for print spooler. We have it around here. Here it is. This is it. Click on it and choose here disabled. I don't use any printing system with my device, and I don't need it. So press stop, press OK, and this is it. Now you have some extra hardware for your games. Also very important, how to deactivate the real automatic brightness for your display. It can be annoying in games. Maybe you want a much higher luminosity. It's not on Windows, it's not as simple just to press these shortcuts and to select the brightness. It's not like that. For that, go to really make sure that you deactivate the brightness, the automatic brightness. Right click on Windows, press settings, go to system, display, and here you have the brightness. But at this point, it's not basically, you set just a limit. Also from your shortcut from here, you select just a limit for brightness. Look, it's already changing. Just click on this, and you either have always here, or on battery, or off. Make sure that it's off if you want to really want to control your brightness like this, and to not be interfered by the automatic settings or by the sensor. So my advice would be to set this one off. Also make sure that you have here in power and sleep settings, you don't have any additional settings related to to performance mode, to other settings that can interfere with the brightness. On Windows it's a bit more complicated than just pressing one button. So this is it. Also make sure that you have the latest version of the Windows installed. For that, just type here updates. Just type update and you will see this one, check for updates. Click on it and you will go here and you will press either check for updates, and you will either see something like this. Look, at this moment my device is downloading a new version of Windows. Make sure that you have this at um, in your updates and it's currently up to date. It's really important for performance and security. Also, it's very important to uninstall any application that you don't use, and on Windows there are a lot of apps not useful. So for that, right click on Windows logo here and go to installed apps. So you will have a list here with all your apps installed on your device. Make sure that you uninstall whatever you don't use. For example, I don't use Microsoft OneNote here, a lot of files. Just right click here, uninstall, and follow the steps. I also uninstall various small apps like News, for example. Just hit uninstall. They will use resources, and if this is a device for gameplay, only for gameplay, then you don't need all the apps here. For example, I don't want weather here. I don't use it. I only play games on this device, and I want this device as fast as possible. And whenever you have one of this app installed here, something in the background will work. So make sure that you uninstall whatever you decide you don't use. Don't uninstall the drivers, whatever you see here, audio driver and so on. MSI Center, don't uninstall this one, Visual C++. You need it in games. In general, games will install whatever they need. So it's up to you if you want to uninstall something else here. In general, some apps from Microsoft, they are loading unnecessary your system. Now, very important aspect, MSI Center. So whenever you press this button, you will have the MSI Center. Make sure that you select all these here, and here it is. We have the MSI Center. Here it's very important to customize your device, to install the drivers. And also my advice in the next step, manually install the drivers, not from here. So from MSI Center you have settings, you have uh, let's start it again. You have the shortcuts here. You have drivers right here, and you can download them from this app. Update, scan, and you will see them here. But my advice, so you have all the drivers, it seems, right here. Connection mode, here you have the gamepad mode and desktop mode. Here you can assign shortcuts for your buttons. For example, I want to use not combinations key, macro keys. For example, I want for the button on the back, I want to use left click, for example, you have the D-pad here also available. You can create for M1 and M2. And at this point, just click here and assign it for M2, for example, save. You can add another one, just hit a rec button, and here it is, a right click, stop, save, and at this point we can put the M1. And in this way you can add various shortcuts, for example, for your buttons. It's up to you. Also, you have combinations keys, these are more complex. You can see here some examples. Anyway, this is the MSI Center. You have also the gyroscope here available to use. And now the most important part for MSI Claw 8, the drivers. Even if you have MSI Center, my advice is to use MSI drivers. You have basically two aspects, MSI drivers and Intel drivers. Download them from their website. This is the safest way to have the best performance for your device. Go to msi.com/handheld, select Claw 8, and you will have basically this page. Select here MSI Claw 8 and you have the BIOS. This one is also available in MSI Claw Center. I don't advise you to mess with this one. You can check if you have the latest one in your MSI Claw Center, or just go to BIOS when you start your device. My advice, go here, drivers, and you have to install everything that you see here. And also you have firmware. You can install also this one, and utility. You have MSI Center. Let's start with utility and others here. The MSI Center, it's available already. The driver for the sound, it's already installed. Let's install the Intel processor power management. Just open, press open, click on this one, more info, run anyway, because the Windows will see this one as a strange app. We have a small error here. Let's see. As for these drivers, whenever you hit here, you will open basically the store. Go to English, DTS audio processing, download. Let's see if we have it here. Yes, it's available. Let's hit open and let's see music, movies, games. You have equalizer, so it's up to you how you want to use it. Also, you have a Realtek. Let's see if this one is installed also, and also Intel Graphic Center. Just hit download and you will see immediately in your store if it's available or not. So you have it installed. Very important, go to drivers and let's take them one by one. We have the Bluetooth here. Let's see if we receive an error or we have to download and save this one. Let's press install, more info, run anyway. And this is it, it's installed at this point. Intel Management Engine. Press open, install, run anyway. This is it. The next one, press open again, press the install button, more info, run anyway. These apps, they aren't installed on your device even if you have MSI Center checked, they aren't installed. So make sure that you install them here. Run anyway. Okay, wireless, press download, open, install. This is the driver for your Wi-Fi card. Card reader, press download, press open, press install, more info, run anyway. Press yes and wait for it to be installed. This is a very important part, I repeat, for your MSI Claw 8. If you want the best performance for your device, then make sure that you manually install all these drivers. This is how it works on Windows. You don't have basically a setup like on Steam Deck. Very simple. Now this is Windows, but once you make it, it will work excellent. Fingerprint reader, let's reinstall this. Here it is. Audio driver, Intel Smart Technology, open, run anyway. Okay, we have a DTS driver. This one it's installed, and let's download the latest one. Let's check if we have Realtek here. As I said, press here and type Realtek. Okay, it's available and we have the latest one. Okay, just wait for this one, it will take around 1 minute. DTS sound, they are installed. Graphics, press download, save, and I will install this one immediately. Chipset, press open, okay, it's installed. The next one, chipset driver. There are a lot of files available, a lot of drivers for your device. Make sure that you install all these, I repeat. Okay, let's go dynamic tuning. Windows cannot install automatically all these drivers. That's why you need to go here and to install them. And here we are. Now at this point we only have to go here. Let's extract this one. This is the graphic card driver, and it's very important to make sure that you have the latest one, or to make sure that you installed the latest version, and that you have the driver installed, because it's possible this one to take a lot of time to be installed. It's really a long installation. So here we have it. So make sure that you hit installer. I will install it immediately, but it's possible, as I said, for this one to take a lot of time. And I want to show you also something else here. So here we have the graphic driver installer. If you receive this message, something's not right and your driver is already installed, do you want to force the installation? Hit no. At this point it means that they don't have the latest driver on this website, on their website. And let's go to Intel and let's check. So we have the advantage that we can download directly from Intel the drivers. They have an app that you can use it. Press here. You can copy this address or type on Google Intel drivers. Select your ARC MSI Claw 8 and hit here download now. Let's press open, accept and install. Yes, and it will download the necessary files from Microsoft, and this will be really helpful, because every time that Intel will release a driver for your graphic card, you can download it. Immediately. This is a huge advantage compared, for example, with Asus ROG Ally or Legion Go, because they have to get the driver from AMD and to make it for their devices. Here, if Intel will launch a driver, you get it instantly, immediately once they will release it. Now here it is. We have all all the drivers available here, and we have already the Bluetooth driver. Let's hit install, and this is basically what you will use, and you will see the app. Here it is. You will see it in your apps here. Check for new drivers. It will open this page, and you can download everything. So are we updating from 23.90.08? Yes, we are updating. And again, this is the advantage of having Intel hardware. You get day one the drivers. You don't have to wait for Lenovo to release a custom driver. You don't have to do anything. Once Intel creates a driver, you get it, and it's like you would have a device that gets an AMD device that gets the drivers from AMD. This is basically the point. I want to restart at this point. Here it is, scanning your system, and we have the drivers. You can see information about them right here. And after you install all these drivers, you can hit here search, type Intel, and you have Intel graphics command center, and here you can see all the info related to your drivers. You can do a lot of settings. Also, you have the display. You can make various settings if you want. It's not necessary, but if you want to change something, it's possible. And here we have the latest graphic card driver. Here it is. Graphics memory, it can go up to 18 gigabytes of VRAM on this device. So this is really a huge a very powerful device. You can go up to 18 gigabytes. It's a shared memory. You get 32 gigabytes of RAM. Here it is, 31.54, and this is it. This is how you make your device to run everything. I hope I covered almost everything. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's possible to forget something. Oh, another aspect, really useful. Right click on your recycle bin properties and make sure that you type here a small amount of space, because you will lose otherwise the space. Recycle bin will reserve from your SSD around 100 gigabytes. I don't want to be reserved for it, because you cannot install games, and that's why I'm using here a very small amount, 300 megabytes. Hit display delete confirmation dialog, press apply, and after that, okay, you will gain a lot of gigabytes for your games. You don't need them for recycle bin. At least this is my point of view. So this is it. This is how you set up your MSI Claw 8 to be a real beast.